We finally did it. Multiplayer Gaming Podcast has a Patreon you can join right now. You can now get exclusive access to our Discord server and see behind the scenes as we talk about the games you know and love, as well as uncover those gems you haven't heard of yet. You can have the chance to game with Josh, Paul, and I, and get sweet custom shirts, games, stickers, and more. Just go to multiplayersquad.com to sign up for the Patreon. Welcome to the Multiplayer Gaming Podcast. We're a video game podcast that is here for you. You are listening to our This Week in Gaming episode. On today's episode, we're going to talk about different news, events, video games we've been playing, and just general things about this past week. So let's jump right in, and let me introduce my squad. Paul.
Heidi-ho, neighbor.
And Josh.
Yeehaw!
There couldn't have been two more different reactions from you guys.
I mean,
Josh,
I
just
feel like
screaming.
you expect that from me, so I couldn't let you down.
And a home improvement reference from me.
Oh my goodness. Man, I miss Home Improvement.
That was such a good show.
I enjoyed
that was
it.
that was the show that was always on when I got home from school. Like it that was the time slot, and it was great.
That and Saved by the Bell.
Wait, Wilson? Was that the neighbor's name? Wilson?
Yeah,
Okay,
Wilson.
I remember that when you were like, Heidi ho, neighbor.
I should have blocked my face
Yeah.
while telling you guys.
All right, guys. This week was a big week. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Just released.
Oh.
All of us picked it up. It has campaign. It has multiplayer. It has zombies. It has Warzone
guns.
because it has guns.
It has people.
Boats.
It has
submarines.
something that no other Call of Duty has ever had. And do you know what that is?
It has Josh.
It has my money because I bought it. And it does have me. I've been playing the heck out of this game.
And we are going to talk about nothing but Black Ops, Cold War, next week.
On Monday.
On Monday.
Wah, wah.
Oh, that was the biggest cliffhanger I think our show's ever done.
Just put a pin in it for now, but it is coming. You just got to wait
Yeah.
until the next episode.
But you'll get an hour of it if you wait till Monday.
It's true. It's kind of like that psychology experiment. You can have the one marshmallow now or two marshmallows in 20 minutes.
Or you could lick the marshmallow now, and then they won't know that you did that, and then you can
And put it
get
back in the
two
bag.
marshmallows later while still licking the marshmallow and enjoying the flavor.
I think the point of it is they watch you on camera.
So I didn't
Like-
eat it, Todd. I just licked it. That's not the rule. The
If
rule
you're
is
over
don't
there.
eat this marshmallow. Licking and eating are two completely separate things.
You can't deny it.
I don't know enough
Todd,
to
you
argue.
just hate that I found a
about
solution to the system. I beat the
You
system.
beat it. I want to know more than anything how Josh would solve the trolley problem, but I feel like this episode is not long enough.
Wait, what's the
All right.
trolley problem?
No, we're not getting
Oh,
into
that's
this.
a deep morality question.
We're-
Oh, you don't want to ask me morality questions.
Do you throw the switch of a trolley so it switches tracks and kills only one person, or do you let the trolley go as is to kill multiple people? So basically you either have to actively kill one person or passively let it kill multiple, and there are arguments as to which one is the correct moral choice.
Oh, that's an easy solution. Jump off the trolley. Jump off the trolley, and then it's not my problem at that point. I didn't do anything.
The question is, how do you not get blamed? All right, Josh works in insurance, and he just answered it.
Josh
like
calls
the
his lawyer.
insurance way.
Just jump off easy.
All right.
If you guys have any other questions you need answered, I'm here.
The
all the time.
Kobayashi Maru mission in Star
That is
Trek.
unsolvable unless you break into the system itself and then cheat the program.
You got to hack it.
Yeah.
All right, Overwatch. We've been playing a ton of Overwatch. They're introducing a new queuing system. called Priority Pass. So if you select a new flex role in queue, you can bank up priority passes and then use priority passes to get into a faster queue line whenever you want to play like DPS or tank.
It's
maybe
really just
if
DPS.
there's a queue. It's really just DPS. I was trying to be nice and be like, I don't know, some people play tanks.
So when I first heard this, I legit thought that they were trying to sell like a quick pass.
Like a fast pass at Disney?
Like a fast pass. Honestly, that's 100%. When I saw the headline, I was like, oh my goodness, Overwatch, you have completely lost your mind. Because I thought they were selling a way to queue faster for like DPS. And then I was like, take my money. You know,
Shut up and take my money.
I'm going to become a Genji main.
yeah.
Well, here's what I don't understand. So sometimes tank queues are lowest, other times it's healer. So you have to just queue for complete flex. It'll throw you in whatever bucket needs it the most. And then eventually you just cash them in for DPS. Why not just have a no roll queue where it just automatically queues you? It pulls 6 people to make a team as soon as it can, and it just randomly assigns who are the tank, DPS, and healer. How is that not the better option?
Yeah.
There's people that are not good at tanking. There's people that are not good at healing. I mean, do you want those people thrown into a role when they're not even expecting it? Like,
But you're tanking and healing anyway with this. To me, it would be like the express line at the grocery store, right? Like it's just for the quick in and out. They should just have a all flex, and anyone who wants to queue flex, it can start a game immediately. It seems like the queue times would be short because with the priority pass, they're still going to force those DPS mains to play tank or play healer. You don't get to pick. You don't get to queue as only tank for this priority pass. You have to queue as flex. So you're already going to be forced to play outside your comfort zone. So it doesn't even really matter.
I think it's how the system's built. Like you don't want to introduce like now another whole different queue line for only flex players, because the problem is they're having problems with enough players like getting through the queue in a timely manner. So it's like if you introduced a whole nother queue, now it just exacerbates the problem. So like it's way worse. We mainly queue all 3.
yeah, but none of us ever get DPS. But the thing is, if you want to get the pass points, the tickets, or I don't know what they call them, right? But if you want to be able to bank those up, then you queue as flex. You can still queue solely as DPS and sit in that 5 or 6 minute queue time if you want. You're just not going to earn any passes.
And I'm reading here they're called passadoodles.
Passadoodles. Passadoodle. I don't know. I'll say this. I used to, you guys know I loved playing DPS. You know, I mean, Reaper is my main. May is my second main. You know, I love playing. Bay. Yeah. Man, I loved May in her heyday. But I do not play DPS anymore because I got tired of the long queue times. And then you guys notice all I play now is tank or healer. And I mean, I like that. Like, I mean, I kick butt with Roadhog, man. Like he's my boy because I still get to do that like semi DPS like tanky role. But for somebody like me who does not play DPS anymore, like I don't even queue it. This is perfect because I can play the tanks, I can play the healers, which I don't mind playing. And then when I go, you know what, man, I really feel like just playing DPS right now. Like I've done my part, I've tanked and I've healed. Like I don't want to sit in a 6-minute queue for DPS. For me to be able to just hop in and be like, okay, cool, now it's a 2-minute queue. That's amazing. Like, I love it. I think it's a great idea. Now, it fits me in the way that I play the game, and I get some people may not like it, but I think it's a phenomenal idea.
I do think it's weird. There's another mechanic on top of this that if you win in the flex roll, you get more passes or more
passadoodles.
Yeah.
More passadoodles, which is, I guess, funny because it's just like, you know, like your parent saying, you better take this serious.
Well, you know why they're doing that. So that
people
that
don't
get,
queue and then just,
right. Or,
like,
they
not pay
troll,
attention.
like you get put in a healer role and then they just go DPS Moira the entire match and refuse to heal their team.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And it will help, like, whenever we're playing with just the three of us, that if one of us wants to go DPS, you're not killing the whole queue time for all three of us, which, like, that will be nice. All right. And then on here, we have... Wait, this isn't gaming news. This is football. I guess they're not having a Pro Bowl this year. Oh, here we go. But they are having a digital Pro Bowl in Madden 21, which is just going to be a Madden tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Complete with commercials.
Complete with all of the commercials.
Let's take the worst football game of the year, turn it into a Madden tournament, still keep all the ads. No one's going to watch this. Does anyone care?
Paul, depending on what banner you're looking at in the game, it's the worst game in the past 2 years.
Oh, fair enough.
Because they have the 2020 banner still in.
So Josh, you and I are football fans. Do you ever watch the Pro Bowl?
Never. Because it's not real football.
I have never once watched it.
It's not real football. You're taking the best players and then saying, like, hey, we want you to play the game. It could be amazing, but then everybody goes, I ain't getting hurt playing this stupid game. Like, and then it's
I'm not
going to
try.
Right, exactly. So they've taken not real football and they've made it fully not real football by making it a video game. So it's like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, good for esports, I guess. Like, they're getting like a time to shine.
I guess so. But I just can't imagine who's going to watch this.
When I first saw the article, I really thought what they were going to do is put two computers on the different Pro Bowl teams
controlled,
and then just run the simulation and see who wins, and then just be like, oh, that's the winner, just like they do with the Puppy Bowl before the Super Bowl, and then it's like the puppies determine who's going to win the game. Yeah. I just thought they were going to be like, let's simulate it this year. The graphics are good enough.
I just love the fact that there was some guy in a boardroom somewhere that went, we can't have the Pro Bowl this year. What's another option? And a guy was like, Madden 21. And then he somehow sold that to enough people. Like, kudos to that guy for his salesman ability, because it's getting done. Yeah. I mean, not necessarily the best idea. That guy ain't going to have a job for too long after this, but it was probably a good day.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I don't know who's going to watch it.
It's going to be terrible.
It's going to get, apparently the Pro Bowl ratings are horrendous, like worse than,
because it's not football.
Thursday night football. Like, worse than like an off day in football. It's like, yeah, so like it's, I think the bar is pretty low already, and there's no cost to them. What, they maybe have to pay a license to Madden? Maybe.
If I wanted to watch football, I'd rather watch a reshowing of Remember the Titans or any like football movie more than watching people play Madden against one another.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on from that. And I want to take the next, 10, 20, 30 minutes and talk about my new Xbox.
All right.
You were lucky enough to land an Xbox.
I did. All right. It wasn't luck. Have I explained my process for getting the new Xbox? All right. I had 6 tabs open. One for Best Buy, GameStop, Microsoft, Target, Newegg. Okay, 5. And what I did was I made an account on all those platforms, entered my credit card information on all those platforms, so it was saved, entered my address on all those platforms, and what I did was I started, like, as soon as, I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning hit, I started going through the purchase on all of them until, like, that site crashed. So it was like Best Buy down, GameStop down, Target, like, wouldn't go into my shopping cart, and then finally on the Microsoft store. I got it in my shopping cart. I started checking out. I pre-selected the things, and then like my credit card wouldn't like register, and it took 3 or 4 times, and then it finally worked, and then I got the Xbox.
So there you
So
go.
it
Just
was
some
it was diligent.
elbow grease. Got it done.
Yeah. It was hard work. It was honest work. But anyways, I got the Xbox, you know, and having a blast right now. Xbox Game Pass all the way, except I had to download like 300 gigabytes of games because I downloaded Halo 5, Halo Chief Master Collection, FIFA, NHL,
Forza.
Destiny.
Oh, so
Forza.
Todd does like sports games. After slandering my pick in this week's draft.
I would never pay for one.
Yeah,
But with my life currently, I do play a lot of FIFA right now because it's not violent, so I can like have the kids like around like watching the TV with me, and then normally if it's like later, I'm playing on the PC. So, you know, I've been playing a lot of FIFA and enjoying it.
So have you run into any smoking issues, Todd, with your Xbox? I hear it. I hear it's really crude. Just smokes in the house. You know, doesn't obey rules.
I have not, which I thought it was also funny. Apparently, Microsoft had to put out an announcement saying not to blow vape smoke into people's Xboxes.
These are things that you wish you wouldn't have to say out loud, right? Like, this seems like common sense.
So, how did this even start?
I love that they posted on their Twitter, and their post was, "We can't believe we have to come out and say this, but don't blow vape smoke into your Xbox." It was just like
Insane.
like what? Like, come on, man. I know how, like, I saw the video of that somebody posted claiming that their Xbox was smoking and on fire, and it went gangbusters on social media. Like, everybody was sharing this video. And then it came out that it was like, look, it's not the Xbox. It's not on fire. Some dude blew a big puff of vape smoke into the Xbox, which then got expelled out the top because that's where the fans are. And it just created this ripple effect, and everybody went crazy. It was just, but then poor Xbox, man. You know, like, people are sharing this thing going, oh, they're catching on fire, they're overheating, look at the smoke. And then, you know, the guys at Xbox are just shaking their heads going like, don't do that. Don't eat Tide Pods, you know. Don't eat Tide Pods. Don't blow vape smoke into your Xbox. Like, you know, any number of things that you shouldn't have to say.
I don't even know what to say. Like, the response to that is just shaking my head.
Now, here's the real question. Would that damage an Xbox? Like, I mean, I know Xbox is saying don't do it, but is that like, is there anything damaging about that?
I don't know about like e-cig smoke, but I know with like normal cigarettes, they have like tar and like chemicals and stuff residue in it. It could leave residue on the motherboard or on a connection and like short something out. So I imagine e-cigs have something like that. I mean, one, you probably just shouldn't do that in general. And two, like, I don't know.
So I have a smoker that I use for smoking meat. And let me just tell you, when you continually have smoke inside something, it wrecks it. If you want, I will take a picture and send it to you. It looks horrific. And you would not. Smoker? Yes, you would not want your Xbox or PS5 or PC looking like the inside of my smoker. So if you did it like once, I don't think it would really matter, but you certainly would not want to continually do it.
Yeah, like it will build up gunk.
Yeah,
does
sure.
Xbox produce delicious meats like your smoker does, though, Paul?
Paul doesn't have an Xbox, so it could.
I am releasing a new line of adapters for Xbox where you can play games while smoking those delicious pork shoulders or ribs.
It does have airflow, you know, that just blows right out the top. So you could hook up something to that.
this is older news, but did you guys see when Xbox made a fridge that was designed exactly like the Xbox Series X?
That thing looked cool, man. People thought it was they thought it was just like a Photoshop, and they're like, no, this is like really a fridge.
I love that they leaned into it. I think that's so dang funny.
Now you just need a router that looks like the PS5, and yeah, we'll be good to go.
People would just get confused then. They'd be trying to people would be turning their routers off by accident, and then, yeah, that would just go bad.
My smoker it looks like a mini fridge. I wonder if I should slap an Xbox logo on it and then just take a picture.
There you go. That works too.
And then have smoke coming out of the top of it.
Yeah. I just love that, for whatever reason, blowing into video games is like all in the news right now. So there is a program on the PS5 that comes pre-built on it. I don't even remember what the game is called, but it has a mechanic where you have to blow into the PS5 controller. The mic picks it up, and that will run the fan on your little flying device that gets it to move. So it's funny how you have these news stories, don't blow vape into your Xbox, but there are games where you do have to intentionally blow into your video game systems. It's just very goofy.
Well, all right. I mean, you guys remember the NES days where you had to blow into the cartridges, right?
You had to, yes.
Yeah. So you had to blow into the cartridges to get them to read sometimes when they were getting old.
Oh.
Preemptively. You wouldn't even have to test the cartridge first. You just knew, I'm going to blow in it first, just in case I'm going to have to.
It could be a brand new one, but you don't know how long it's been sitting in the box.
Did you have any friends who would yell at you and tell you not to? Because you might
blowing
get
into their cartridge?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I actually figured out. No, you guys are going to think this is funny, but you could blow
Back
into the
in my
cartridge.
day,
But it's true. Is that when you had a cartridge that was really bad and would not read, if you licked just that little thing that was inside that you were blowing into in the first place, if you just licked that, the moisture would help make the connection and would help it read the cartridge. I was known in my circle of friends as the guy that could get the cartridge to read.
I don't know if that's something to brag about.
he would just go into the closet with the cartridge and then just start licking it.
For the record, Mario tastes the best. The cartridge. Slight lemon flavor with a hint of cinnamon.
I was going to say, it should taste like mushrooms.
Oh, gross.
All right. But like with the PlayStation, they have the new adaptive triggers. I don't know if it's just because I got an Xbox, but I don't care.
It is, because I've heard amazing things. I've heard amazing things. I've been reading all the reviews on the PlayStation and Xbox and seeing what all the websites have to say about them. And the Xbox is getting very good reviews about its power and how well it's doing. But the PlayStation, all of the hype is around how amazing these DualSense controllers are. Like, people are raving about them. Honestly, I won't know until God of War Ragnarok comes out, and that's when I'll buy a PS5. But people are saying this is very good technology.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Sony. They've always been the world's leaders with controllers. So I haven't tested it yet, but I've seen videos.
Todd's face right there. He was like, "You just wait a minute, Paul."
Okay. First off, the world leader in controllers, Nintendo.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
The Wii
some
U.
pretty bad Nintendo controllers.
The Wii U with the screen is pretty infamous.
Yeah, well, and how amazing it is? Yeah, agreed. But the Wii U also had you blow into the mic to like get stuff in the game to happen.
Yeah.
And like they pioneered all of that stuff 10 years ago. And like,
and no one cared.
Yeah, because it was clunky and a mess.
No.
Todd's alone on Wii U Island over there. I've never heard anyone stick up for the Wii U so hard.
I mean, was it a terrible system? Maybe. Who's to say? Did it have a great concept of like a gamepad and a separate like console for the TV? That was awesome. When you could have 4 people playing, 1 person on the gamepad, everyone else watching the TV, and they're playing each other. That has been like some of my favorite couch co-op moments. But those games were like
few and far between.
Yeah.
It's almost like multiplayer games have been around for longer than the Wii U.
No. It started with all of multiplayer.
Well, I'm just glad that you said Nintendo, because I thought you were about to argue for the Xbox Behemoth controller or something like that.
The Xbox One. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So at least you went Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean,
the GameCube had a sick controller. You gotta love that controller.
I have been hearing a lot better things about like the hand feel of the PS5 controller. Like it's made for human hands. Because the PS1, 2, and 3 controllers, well, the 4, like all of them were exactly the same, and they didn't quite feel like they were made for people's hands. Like they were just clunky and like squared and just gross.
Well, have you seen the texture of the PS5 controllers up close?
It has the symbols, right?
Yeah. The triangle, circle, square, and the X all over, which is pretty neat. So,
wait, that's on like the plastic housing for like the grip? Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
You know what else is cool? This next transition coming up.
And now this.
Get out of here.
This just in.
Oh.
You distracted Todd by talking bad about the Wii U. He just lost it.
It flustered me.
Oh.
All right. Well, that is our show for you today. Thank you for listening to our This Week in Gaming episode. If you're not subscribed, make sure to go into your podcasting app and subscribe to get fresh content twice a week. If you're interested in finding out more information about us, you can find us on our website, multiplayerpodcast.com, Patreon, multiplayersquad.com, and all of our socials /multiplayerpod. See you guys next week.